Hi everyone, we continue our Photoshop class and this is a revision again. We come here to design, right? So we learn some tools and please remember our folder management, right? And our project name, our data or source, the object that we need to have before we can design anything, right? So we go to our Photoshop, just launch it, right? As usual, we have to create the new workspace, right? New file, we press on new file or file up here, right? And we come to this one, pixel. We choose pixel, not inches, not centimeters, not points, right? Pixel. And we just say we use the same size, 900 first, and all the rest are the same. Okay, so we click on the word here, create, right? So we have a workspace here, and please don't forget to save our file, our work, right? So go to file, save as here, and we choose where to be saved, right? Choose where the place, right? The folder. We go to IT step and go to Photoshop, Box Cafe, and please change the name there to, because it is a project name, right? Box Cafe. And we just click on save button here, yeah. And now we go to our link, our source, our data source, right? So we go to IT step folder, Photoshop, Box Cafe, and we go to link, right? Link, here are the images that we going to use. So I want to show you that we're going to make a picture like this, right? A picture like this, one cup of coffee, this one also a cup, this one also a cup, right? Different 3 cups. Now we have the link, the source. We have many things here, like the background. This one also can, this one also can, and this one also can. So these 3 we can use as our background. So now let's say I choose this background, right? So I drag and drop it here, yeah. So please resize it, yeah, resize it, yeah, like that. Resize it like that. You press enter or you just click here, yeah. Then when you got it like that, you can press command plus sign or control plus, right, to make it bigger. You can see it clearer. And we go to link again. Now we want the coffee, we want this one, but you see we got the background of the person, so we have to cut, just take the cup and the plate, the spoon only, right? So as I said before, we left click on the picture and drag it to the empty space here. See, empty space here, not on the word here or not on the picture here, it's on the empty space here. It will create another new workspace for us. Okay, let it go. See, now we have this one and we have this one. We drag it here right now. So we use our tool again. Remember, this one is move tool, this one is the object select tool. So I choose object select tool, and we want the cup, the plate, and the spoon. So I put this one here, right here, and I drag it, hold it, drag it, cover like that, and let it go. You see now it selected. So I come back to the move tool again, right? So I move it over to this workspace and let it go, and you see it's big. You have to resize it, right? So before you resize it, please come here, come to the layer here. See, so I want you to right click, right click on the layer, not right click on inside on the picture here, right? Not here, is here. Right click here outside the picture, right click, and you convert to smart object. Okay, here, see, it's got something like that, so it becomes smart object. Why? Because this one can make your picture still clear, right? Okay, so now we want to resize this cup, so please Command T or Control T, right? And we resize it smaller, resize it smaller like that. Right? Okay, so it's like that. Why I want you to create the object, smart object, like just now. See, if we don't want the smart object, see here, smart object here. Now you see I I don't want the smart object here. When you resize it, when you resize your picture, see here, resize your picture, and when you make it bigger again, your side here, yeah, see, wait, you make it small like that, and you click here, click on tick here, or you press enter. See, the picture is like it's there. Now if you Command T or Control T, you resize bigger again. Now you see the quality of the picture. How? It's not clear, is it? See, it's blur. So that's why now I use Command Z or Control Z, go back, see. So that's why I want you to right click on this one, on the layer here, not up here, right here, and press on convert to smart object. And on the picture here, you press Command T or Control T, and you zoom it, Control minus, yes, and you just resize it smaller, and you tick it. Now you see here. So and if you go a little bit smaller and you tick it, right, and you press Command T or Control T and you resize it to be bigger again, you see the quality of the picture is still clear, right? Still clear. Now you get what I want to say, right? So now we come here, make our cup of tea about this size. Okay, and we go to our link folder. We want this cup, right? We just want the cup only. So again, we drag it to the empty space up here, empty here, right? Again, not on the word here, not here, or not here. We just release it on this empty space to make a new workspace. Okay, right, like that. And now we can use the object selection tool here, and we do the same, click and hold and drag here, right? And we come back to the selection tool or the shortcut. You have to use the shortcut, right? Okay, Then we can move it to this workspace and we release it. And before we resize this cup, right, before we resize this cup to the smaller size, please remember right click on the layer, not on the picture, on the layer, and convert to smart object, right? And now you command T or control T, you resize your cup to the size you want, right? So let's say I put it here, it's bigger than the white cup, and you just press enter or command enter, return, right? So we got two already here. Now we want another cup, this type of cup, right? So we drag the same to the empty space here and release it. Then we got it. We come to the tool here, object selection tool, click here, drag the whole thing again. Then we choose select the move tool and we move it to the workspace here. And please remember right click here on convert to smart object, and we can zoom in, zoom out, or zoom in, right? Then control T or command T, we resize our cup of coffee, and command 0 or control 0 again, right? So if you move here, you see, yeah, so you can move it, let's say this one, right? You move here a bit, and then this you have to select this one and you move here, and this one you move here, right? But if you want to put this big cup behind the small cup, you can drag the layer up here, down, you see, yeah, you see now the big cup is behind the small cup here, right? So like that, yes. And if you like it already, then we can add some shadow. Now we're going to add some shadow. Here we use the brush tool, right? Brush tool. Just now we use the move tool, object selection tool, and now we come to brush tool. So if you don't have the shadow, you see the shadow, if you don't have the shadow here, like all the objects, like all the cup is floating in the air, right? So now we want to make the shadow. So before we make the shadow, you see, we want to make the shadow for the cup here, the plate here. So we have to create the new layer first. New layer, we have to press here, you see this, the square, the box there, and got the plus sign inside. If we select, you see here, if you select this layer, when you press this layer, that layer will come here. If you select this layer, you press this, the layer will stay on top of that layer, right? So now I make the layer here, right? So you select this layer, and now you go and select the brush tool. Brush tool is here, brush tool or B, the shortcut, right? You press on the brush tool, and you see now the brush is here, right? Okay, and you select this layer, right? And you remember this one, the foreground color is black and the background color is white, like that. So we have to use it like that, right? Use black and white, black up here, and we press here, you see, but don't press here like that, you see, it's so near to the edge. You have to press inside here, right, like that. See, now you press, you see the black there, and you press Control T or Command T, and you hold Shift, right, you hold Shift, say in here, let's say Control Control plus T, right, and then you hold Shift. You hold Shift, right, Control T, and then you hold Shift. Okay, now you hold Shift and you drag it like that. You see now it's the shadow there, it's a bit small. You can resize it to be bigger and you adjust it here, but you see the shadow is in front. So now you come to the layer here, you can click on the layer there and you drag to below, you see, drag to the below cup, right. So now you see the shadow is behind the plate, right, not on the plate anymore, because you drag it down here, right. And if you want to use that same shadow, you can press on it there, you see the shadow like that, right. So you can press Option or Alt and drag it to another object. You see here you got another shadow here, yeah, the shadow, another shadow here. And on MacBook you press Option and you drag the shadow here. See, now you got another shadow for this cup. Now you see all the cup here got its own shadow, right, on the own shadow. And I want to add another logo, so still remember, we go to our link folder, we just drag it and we resize it and we make it wherever we see it best, right. Let's say here and click. See, now please, every time you have to save it, you save, you do a bit, you save a bit, you do a bit, save a bit, right. Now here is the final project, the final work that we want. Now we go to export to the image file. We go to file, and for me I choose save a copy, yeah. And because in the folder just now, if you go to the export, we got box coffee 1, box coffee 2, so now I use it the box coffee 3, right, box coffee 3, and I choose JPEG here, on Windows different, and we choose the IT step, Photoshop, box coffee, and the export file. We save here, right, and click save. And still remember, we use here as usual, right, the all the way here, and just click OK. Now we go to our export here. Now you can see we got the image here as the JPG file format here, right. So that is the way we use use object selection tool, brush tool, and move tool, right? And some other shortcuts that we learn from this today. So thank you. We see you next time.